This is a quick review of the entire sales process, assuming the sales process starts when they're in your office, because up until then you're prospecting and or marketing. It starts with rules of engagement, where you get 4 commitments off of the original appointment setting protocol. So remember, the appointments are telling them how long you're going to be visiting with them, what is the purpose, give them permission to say no, and let them know there's going to be another commitment at the end of the process. The next part is the TRC. The TRC is the trust and respect conversation, where it's called permission interviewing, a permission conversation. Whatever it is they answer you off your question, you're going to then ask a question based on that topic. So things that were heretofore off limits, taboo, societally offensive, which is just an addiction in and of itself, you can talk to them about anything they want as long as you're neutral doing it. Then you have the discovery or disqualification process. The emphasis is on disqualifying, because if you try to disqualify them and they're a high probability, they're not going to let you. Therefore, you start to discover their conditions of satisfaction. And as you have these conversations, you make notes or you check off things that you've already done, because you'll have your conditions of satisfaction already printed or prepared for you to go over. What are conditions of satisfaction? The features, benefits, and detriments of your product. I'm going to do a whole video just on that. But when you explain the features, which they've probably, I want this or I want that, you'll go, okay, got it. And why do you want that? Oh, because of this. Good. Then when you get to your section on conditions, you say, now you told me that you wanted a place to put your money that guarantees in writing that you're not going to lose any principal. Is that right? Yes. Well, that's called a fixed indexed annuity, for example, just using this one. Here are the benefits of that one. Are those benefits that you want to have in that feature? Yeah. Well, here's the detriments of it. And then you tell them a couple points that aren't great, such as, well, initially it might not be very liquid, or there's a penalty to withdraw that money. Is that okay with you? Well, how long is the penalty? Well, it could be up to 10 years, depending on the contract. Is that okay? Yeah. So what you're doing is you're telling them what's wrong, and you're the one telling them. That deepens trust. Ultimately, after you go over all 4 of these steps right here, you get to your close. It is the easiest close. You got 4 commitments here. You had 5 appointments before they walked in the door. When you go through the TRC, they're telling you things about themselves, and that's eliciting a deep level of trust. It's called quick trust, swift trust, sorry. It's called swift trust. The discovery or disqualification is all about getting commitments, because they're telling you what they want and what they don't want. When you go through the conditions, that's at least 15 to 30 different commitments based on the feature, the benefit, or the detriment. When you get to the close, it's real simple. You don't have to do any kind of manipulation. You don't have to give them an either or. You don't have to do an assumed close. There's no manipulation, persuasion, condescension, none of that. Just simply say, well, you told me you want this, this, and this. This is what this product does. This is what this one does over here. What do you want to do? Then have them tell you what they want. And when they say, well, I want this and I want that, you don't go, oh, great, and take the contract. Please remember, this is the most important. It's memorized. Remember this. You say, why? Or why is that? And then they start telling you why they want your product. They then sell themselves, and they don't have buyer's remorse. The 3-day right of rescission stems from the financial industry's lack of trust and respect. It comes from manipulation and persuasion. It comes from the fact that we're condescending, that we've been controlling, that we're afraid to get a no, that we're so smart we have to make sure they know we're smarter than they are. All of that condescending type stuff is why the top 3 or 4 professions in the most distrusted across the nation are in the financial industry. Politicians and used car salesmen round out the rest. That's not very good company to be in. A professional, consummate salesperson is ever learning how to master the art of effectively communicating. All right, that's the process.